Good evening, everybody, and thanks for coming to the channel again to see me learn trading, right? Now, I don't know much about learning. I should say I don't know how much I am learning because obviously the trades that we've been watching, they haven't really given me much of an option, entry option. Now they have moved, but they haven't given me what I needed. So yeah, it's what I call is the signal was there, but it was more like a consolidation phase at the right place. Now, I'm just gonna keep watching. I would just gonna enter if we get more, I guess, closer, like a better signal, like a break and a retest from below or from above. It's just right now it's. If you're looking at USDJPY, we are sitting in the area of interest. Now I have put a trade for this one on the demo account, and I enter pretty much where I enter right here, and you see. Oh, actually, apologies. That's what I enter right there. I enter right there, and that was. This was our signal there. So I had the doji and the engulfing, and I believed that we reached weekly high, and I thought we're gonna obviously follow the trend, which is the weekly trend, and that is bearish, but it hasn't quite gone that way. Right now we are minus $272. So the account is a $3,000 account. This is the first trade on this account, I think. Sorry, it's the second trade. We have AUD CAD. We had a sell that we also took this week. We'll have a look at that in a second. And that we made 73 bucks. But on the current one, which is USDJPY, we put a sale on that and we are minus 272 bucks. I'm still deciding if I'm going to hold or not. Now, obviously it's a demo account, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm thinking if I form a habit, it should be the right habit. So because I entered the market, I didn't have a stop loss. It's kind of hard to put a finger on where to exit. I believe it's a mistake. I have also done that with my other account, my other demo account, and currently it's not looking good either. I have a couple of trades there. Now this is the crazy account, the $5 million account. So currently I am in 3 trades on that one. AUD I'm selling all of them actually. GBP CAD and GBP CAD twice actually. GBP CAD gave us an entry signal, which didn't. Both of them are minus. But AUD I was pretty low with that, but because this is a $5 million account, obviously it's crazy, but because it's a $5 million account, I actually entered to market, which is really bad. I should get rid of this habit. It went as low as $250,000. Obviously I really screw it up, but what does matter, I've held it, and it went back to zero almost. So we now minus $25,000. But the thing I don't understand, if you add those 3 trades that are going now, one of them is 23,000, one is 10, and one is 3, all minus. So that should have been close to 40,000 minus, but my whole account is minus 116,000. So maybe because I've been holding that for almost 2 weeks now, maybe that's what the broker would normally take away from you. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't. This account, the reason I've been holding, this is my demo account. I've been playing with this for a while, and actually, because it's such a big account, entering to market, kind of, you see everything is blue. There was no losses here. Now, when you have a lot of money, you can enter the market with small sums. Now for this $5 million, I entered with, I think it was 100 grand. So considering the account, the size of the account, 100 grand is not a lot, but it gave me the option of always being profitable, which was quite amazing. So we'll see what happens. I would say that is just experimental, but our other account is not looking very, very good. We might be closing this with a loss, but anyway, let's have a look and see what happened. You can actually see here we had this. We reached, just going to daily quickly, we reached daily, we reached this point here. You can see, let me just get rid of that. You can see this wick all the way down here. Now on daily doesn't actually engulf, but it didn't manage to go through, it didn't manage to go above the current daily. So the way I look at this is that it's going to reverse, because weekly, pardon me, weekly is indeed bearish. Well, I guess it's not bearish. If you're looking at it, we've already broken above. Okay, so we've broken above. So that means when this is closing, and that's a ginormous candle. When this is closing, that's going to be a different, it's going to be a bullish, it's going to be a bullish trend. Okay, I didn't see that. But anyhow, on another note, the signal we had here was a reversal signal, to me anyway. So we had the little doji here, we had an engulfing, and then the next one also engulfed the one to the left. So it kind of signaled to me that, hey, it's a good indicator that it's a reversal. But what I'm learning is that this would be more like what I call a fake out. It kind of just make you believe that it's gonna do a certain thing, but it's gonna do something else. So it basically, if I was to enter with real money, that would have just wicked me out. I always have a stop loss on my actual account, so that would have definitely wicked me out. Yeah, I'm saying that maybe not quite wicked out, because I would have sold, but I would have entered exactly here, and I would have actually entered obviously after this candle closed. So you know, that was the indicator that, hey, went in. So even though it went all the way down to reject the EMA, came up here, I would have entered there. But see, now that I'm saying it, that rejecting the EMA means that it's going to continue on a bullish run. As you can see, this 4 hourly has kind of continuously had high highs and high lows. So yeah, I misread that for sure. So it's possible now, because weekly is also bullish. It's possible we're gonna see this. We're gonna see us go through and then just have a continuation. Looking at the bigger picture, what is monthly doing? Okay, so monthly. But this is monthly. What are we doing here? See, we're already at this area of interest, a weekly area of interest, and we kind of just below. So it's possible, it's very possible that we're gonna stop. It's possible that we're gonna go as high as this week's here, or you know, halfway or whatever, and then go back down. It is very possible. The thing is, the price is kind of at like the most expensive, so you would really not think that is going to go up without taking some more liquidity, grabbing more money from people to have fuel to go up. Money equals fuel. So now I'm looking at weekly. It really screaming to me that it's kind of screaming that it wants to come back down here and then go back up to come possibly back down one more time and then maybe go for a bigger push. Maybe. I don't actually know. How do I get rid of that? Anyway, look, the best thing you can do, the best thing I can do is not enter on my actual account and just wait for it to give us a sign. Now the good news is we've been watching it this week, so we kind of have an idea what's going to happen next week, or I hope. Yeah, looking at our little box, previous active leg, it was definitely there before it has broken this to create a new higher high, and then it's come back down. Get rid of this. It's come back down to retest, and it almost looks like it's gonna keep going up, which sucks for my trade, but it's a good lesson. What can I say? It is a good lesson. Let's just go to 4 hourly, put this back just in case. I don't think it's gonna go down just yet. I think it has another push. If I'm looking at, what is it? Oh, maybe that was it. This point right here. Yeah. So I think we might be seeing it as high as this. I'll put this as a reference. All right. So I think we might see this push itself to there, and then come back down. Maybe. The thing is, if it does break above daily and weekly, then it's basically completely wrong. It's not gonna have a bearish move. It's just gonna be a bullish move. Anyway, like I said, we're just gonna watch. I'm gonna watch it. It doesn't tell me anything. And then on top of everything too, after this setup here, we had this other engulfing as well, and it had a bit of a push, but nothing else happened. We'll see if this will take me to at least to break even, and I'm going to exit that trade. So at least I understand the dynamics of entering a trade, a wrong trade, to see whether it's salvageable. Because at the end of the day, when you enter with the trade, when I enter a trade, I want to look after the capital, after my money. So if I made a mistake and I can salvage it before it hits that stop loss, it would be amazing, right? But if it did hit the stop loss, then it hit the stop loss. I should not risk more than what I can afford. But you know how it goes. You'll probably always risk more, because I want to grow that a lot faster at the beginning when it's very, very small. Anyway, USDJPY is done for now. Obviously we have tonight and tomorrow morning, and markets will be closed. So it seems that it's consolidating. It seems that it's consolidating here, and being here on the 4 hourly, I would actually wait to see what it's doing. But to be honest, I wouldn't enter. If this is not an actual continuation, I would enter. But we need to basically break this 4 hourly, which is right here, this line. Break above and come back down to retest it and reject to go up. And at that point, we will actually be rejecting the EMA too. So everything seems to line up for a continuation. Also, this little, what is called again? I forget, the fixed range volume profile. You see, we basically rejecting that as well. Let me just mark yesterday's session to see what it looks like. Yeah, so we coming down to reject that. Not that I know exactly what it means, but it is doing what it's supposed to do. It's showing us the highest volume, and we're seeing a rejection of it. So it may be the right thing. Anyway, next one is NZD USD, and what I have done last update on Wednesday, I've just marked this trade. And remember, marking a trade for me means just putting an actual short or long position on the market exactly where we at when I do the update. And this is where we were. And the only signal I actually had with this trade was obviously this doji, almost a doji, and the engulfing. Also, we're sitting at the daily top and weekly top. So price was at the highest. So it was very expensive, and it was to me, it looked like a a good setup to sell, so I can, let's say, capitalize a lot better. And yes, it did that. It did exactly that. So it definitely ranged. It came all the way down to the weekly low. I mean, that's a beautiful, beautiful trade. If I had big enough balls to trust my logic, I should have entered right here, but I was just hesitant. It didn't look as tidy as it is, but I think the problem I have is the amount of money I'm risking. I think I risk a bit too much compared to the account I have. So because I wasn't sure, I just didn't enter. And look, at the end of the day, it's not bad. But even this one here, I basically missed this engulfing, missed the second push, and entered just now. I didn't actually enter with anything, but I just marked it. And I was expecting to make this much. 0.5, yeah. The risk to reward was 1 to 0.5, and we would have actually made, if stayed in and watched it, probably would have, I would say maybe halfway here, would have realized that, hey, look, it's actually having a pullback and is reacting from here, all of these other areas here. So we're kind of creating what's happening here. That's what I can read anyway, at least with the knowledge I have. And I would have exited there, and that would have given me 1-to-1 at least. So 1-to-1, say I entered with $100, I would have made $100. And that's in 4 hours. So how many? 4, so 8 hours, say 10 hours. So not even a day. And that would have been nice. But anyway, that's what that is at. For now, weekly is bullish, daily is bullish. And the amazing thing to me about this is bullish daily and weekly, and we are at the bottom of daily and weekly, which is ideal because the trend is bullish, which looking at this, I can read that the market has reached the end of a pullback in a bullish trend, and both weekly and daily align, which is beautiful for an entry. Now I just need the entry signal, but because we haven't quite reached this low, it's a little bit of gray area. I would say we need to go lower. If you're looking on the left here, when we're coming down from the top, we're reaching below this area of interest, and right now we are still way above it. Even this short push had a good decent depth in here, so I would wait for this consolidation to finish and break below, do another push, and see if we're getting a rejection from this area to go back up bullish, because that's where we are. Let's just have a look at weekly quickly. Yeah. Okay, so what can I say? When you're looking at weekly, and if we assume that weekly is ranging, there's room for more. There's room for this to go down to here, which is why we just need to wait for the signal. I mean, look at this full engulfing here. Holy smoke. If that was full engulfing and you entered on a weekly, you would have just got wicked out. So when I enter based on the engulfing, my stop loss is the top of the candle. So let's say, just for the sake of it, if I was to enter after this engulfing, oh, hold on, that's not engulfing. That's not engulfing, but that was actually quite nice. So this one was engulfing. My entry would look like this. That would be my stop loss, and that would be my take profit. You see, bam. So that would have easily given me that. But then you're looking at this one, it just didn't hold. It didn't work. So you're going here, it's already, look at that. Not even would have made if I had a stop. Take profit. 0.14, my god. Anyway, yeah, but doesn't always work, and that's why for me it's crucial when I play with that like that to be at the area of interest rather than just hovering somewhere. So yeah, This is not bad. This is not bad. Daily is rejecting. It's rejecting of this here. And you can see it's actually rejected for quite some time. Since April. It's been pushing away from this area of interest. So I would say that's a respected area of interest. And it is also on the EMA. So that's the one, I believe. Or maybe not. That I've USDJPY. Nah, never mind. So yeah, this one is the one that I was gonna enter, but I just marked it because I was too late. Yeah, my entry should have really been up here. All right, but for now, what I'm waiting for is for this to actually reach the bottom. So I wanted to reach weekly and daily and have a rejection, but honestly, I fear that it's not gonna do that. Looking at this here, engulfing, kind of creating a new engulfing here as well, and kind of holding that level. Look, we'll see. I'm not gonna enter yet. AUD CAD. What's happening here? AUD CAD honestly has done nothing. It just floated. It just floated on that area of interest at the top of weekly. It hasn't really done much. It just went up and down there. If I was to sum this up, I would say that was just like a consolidation when the market is kind of building up tension for a big push, a big momentum. Now this weekly is bullish, daily is bearish, and 4 hour is bullish. I was gonna say what that tells me is that we are definitely trending bullish. Now if I go to weekly quickly, it's pretty clear to see that this is definitely, it's been trending for quite a while. Since April 2025, it's been pushing higher and higher and higher. I have no intention to believe it's not going to, but this red line here is the highest it's been in the past as well. So possible, well actually been a little behind that. It is possible that we're gonna see a reaction and a continuation maybe. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, because it's bullish, I'm just gonna wait for this breaking and retesting. Now this long wick that is rejecting the EMA, it's for me, it's a beautiful thing. I believe rejecting the EMA is a good thing for the trade. The only thing I would have liked to see is this to be blue and kind of engulfing of this one here in order to think that has reversed. Not reverse, sorry, that has a continuation. Yeah, because of where we are right now, you see we are so close to the bottom of 4 hourly. This is the last active leg, 4 hour leg, not last active leg, but the leg that hasn't yet been broken with a new high or higher low. I think it's so close to a higher low that it's possible we're gonna see 4 hourly go bearish and then return back to a bullish state and break that and retest it on the area of interest and then have its push. But for now, honestly, we just do nothing. We're just gonna wait. We're gonna look at this again on Sunday when we do the Sunday analysis for the following week, and then we'll see what's happening and whether we still have an opportunity there. Man, I'm so tired. This has been such a long day. I'm skipping words. I think you can see it on my face. I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep. And this is just a reminder for myself, for the future self. It is really tough. It is really tough. Right now it's almost 8 o'clock, and I had a long day working outside building a bloody roof. And now I'm coming home. You know, I had to do more invoicing, more quotes, and now finally just doing the trades. Now I'm recording myself because I'm obviously doing my journal, online journal, and I really wanna keep doing this because it would push me to do it. It would push me to always look at the markets and always learn and what will make me a better trader. Will make me a better trader. I keep looking at the screen. I should look at the camera. Sorry. Yeah, so doing this is not easy. It's not easy, and I know how challenging this is going to be for you guys. I've been doing this since February 9th, and pretty much every single day, exception maybe a Sunday morning, or even not even every day. Every single day I spent at least 2 hours, 3 hours, and in the beginning was even more. So if you do decide to get into trading, it's a big commitment. So you need to have open mind and really commit to it. Because if you're not ready, you're gonna give up in no time. I know I'm at the point where I'm still learning. I'm getting a feel of what the markets do. I know the economy and the war and everything is not really helping. The markets are not as clean as they used to, and they're not trending as they used to. I kind of decided to start trading in such a bad time, but it's never a bad time than never starting, right? So I started now. If I can get through this and not blow the account, I think I'm going to be onto something. And we'll see how long it's going to take, and we'll see if trading can actually change my life and kind of give me the freedom to be able to work from anywhere, because at the end of the day, that's my goal. Be able to work from anywhere. Now, trading is not going to make me a millionaire or you a millionaire. All of the millionaires you see online, they haven't got as wealthy as they are because they've been trading. There's other things they do with the money when they start getting money, and that's how they get the money, and probably selling courses and things. But trading has the potential for sure, but you just have to be right so many times in a row in order to compound all of that, all of the wins. But anyway, enough whinging about work and shit. So let's finish what we have here. So as I was saying, AUD CAD, we're gonna do absolutely nothing yet. We're just gonna wait to conclude onto something. I do not know. I'm expecting this to actually break up above, so I'll just get rid of this, yeah, because it was never meant to go down. I think this is now what it is. Of course, it has no choice. It will go a little bit lower and come back up to retest and go. So it is a possible trade. That's how we marked it already. There's a possible trade. We just wait to see if it's going to give us that, or it's done what it's done and it's going to start ranging. It's just going to keep going in between these areas of interest. Now this is for hourly, so if I actually go to daily, can I change this area of interest? Not really. Let's get rid of these candles. So we have 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch. If I move this there, we have 1 touch, 2 touch. That's bad. That's really bad. We do not have enough touches. So unfortunately, that's where we are. We are right here. What's the size of this? Ooh. Okay. That's only 13 pips. That's very small. So we can go definitely there. Okay. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3. I can even do this. And I'm probably still under 60. Oh, perfect. Oh my god, this is gorgeous. Yep, I love this. And also I can make this wider. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 3 touches. Now this is a legit area of interest. Okay, cool. What's happening on weekly? Weekly, good luck with that. There's nothing. There's nothing on weekly. Oh my god. Anyway, we're looking good. So 4 hourly, back to the candles. Let's show them up. And if you don't remember, I have actually talked about the candles, no gap candles. The actual candles that come with the TradingView, they have too many gaps for me. Let me see if I can track my face. They have too many gaps, so I just installed these no gap candles and I just hid the other ones so you can't see them. Now I can just see what I need to see, and kind of gives me a continuation to look at and not gaps, because gaps is really hard for me to understand and kind of get a feel of it. But anyway, we'll just wait for this to come back up and then retest to go. And then once the retest happen, we're going to be looking for an engulfing to enter. Next one is NZD CAD. Again, this one done its thing. We marked this. I marked it last update on Wednesday. I've seen this full engulfing at the 4-hour area of interest, which we marked because we just obviously we're seeing a reaction at the 4-hour lead. Imagine marking all of the AOIs at 4-hour level. Is going to be so many of them. It's not going to be fun. But this particular one here, the reason I did put it here is because I used this indicator again, the fixed range volume profile, for the previous day, and it gave me the highest volume of trading at this level here. So we broke below that, and then we came back to retest and we rejected it. It did not go above that level, and then it's come back down and retested it again, and this time rejected it with a full engulfing. So what that told me is that, hey, we're still pretty much in premium and we are ranging, which means we're gonna have a push downwards. And I missed obviously entering this trade. I didn't miss it because I missed it as in I was doing something. I was a pussy. I was a wuss. That's it. I didn't trust my own edge yet. But that's the whole point of doing this. I want to get better. I want to start trusting myself so I don't have to hesitate. Remember, all I need is 120.5, and this trade would have given me that. Now, the unfortunate thing is, but I keep talking about the trade I take to give me a 120.5 has to be at least a potential. It has to have a potential of 1 to 2, 1 to 3 in order to be able to commit to that trade. But this one didn't, as in it was so close to this other area of interest. And you can actually see it came down here, and then it had a pullback all the way into the red zone, the stop loss, whatever that is, in minus basically. And now it's pushing back, but I can see this ginormous doji there, which doesn't really tell me much right now. I don't think it's going to go anywhere from here. But because it is in the middle of weekly and the middle of daily, I'm expecting to see gibberish. So I'm expecting to see the market do kind of this, or probably there, like just crazy. And at some point it's going to break and go either down or up, or just go up and down like that. Basically consolidating. Gibberish is consolidation, but I call it gibberish because it's I understand it, but I don't understand it. I guess it's probably, when I think of it as a consolidation, it means there's a lot of orders that's kind of being placed against each other, and you see these small candles that's going up and down and up and down. So probably that's what's happening. I mean, right now, look at that, 2 dojis. So there's a lot of force from both sides, and they just like, nah. Anyway, it is what it is. There's nothing for us to do here. We're just gonna move on. I'm actually gonna remove that from the list for next week, but we'll check it on Sunday. You never know. Maybe tomorrow morning and tonight it's gonna push hips, which by all means, extra mega possible. I wouldn't be surprised come Sunday, this is gonna go all the way down here to weekly, right here. You watch. It's crazy how it can do that. I've seen it. Next on the list we had GBP CAD. Okay, so GBP CAD, same thing. GBP CAD, I think I am in this trade. I was. No, AUD CAD. Okay, this here was just a marker. We put this here because we wanted to obviously put a sale, and we had this engulfing signal right there, and I thought, hey, look at that, we're gonna be able to, you know, we had the fake out and then another full engulfing. That's our signal, bam, go down. but obviously was not the case. It pushed heaps. Now weekly is bearish, apparently. Let's see, is weekly bearish? Yeah, weekly is definitely bearish. Okay, well that's a ginormous leg too. Oh my god, that was a big leg. That's a beautiful trade. Okay, so because this is that, I'm very tempted to believe that we're gonna come down. If we're not making it above this area, I think we're gonna come down. Now the thing that could happen, you see this bearish candle was actually bullish at some point, and it came all the way as high as this one here, the previous leg, but then it pushed back down and stayed within that weekly lower high. I guess we'll see. It's possible that this is gonna stop at weekly low high as well. But we still have a push tomorrow, so interesting. Okay, well, let's see what's gonna happen. But to me, we are in a good place because we are at the top of weekly. And being bearish, it is so powerful, so much more powerful, because this pullback was really kind of messy and almost consolidating a little bit. If I'm going to daily, what do I see here? Daily. Yeah, I guess so. It is, yeah, daily is not too bad, but I can't really see consolidation. It just, I see a rejection, as in I can see it reached this area of interest, came down, and then came back to retest to give us a double top. But yeah, I don't know. I do not know. And I just want to say, guys, I just want to remind you, things that I'm saying right now, things that are coming out of my mouth, this is, let's say, based on the stuff I've learned of others. This is not me. I'm looking at the things I kind of know I need to. Now, I might be saying completely wrong things. You know, I might be saying things that if you are a professional and you just came across this video, you think, oh, what a fucking nutcase. You know, he knows nothing, and that's the truth. I know nothing, so I'm doing this to learn, and I'm recording myself learning. So just bear with me. Give me a year, 2, 3, and I'll be there too. But I think putting the work in it, it's how we're gonna get there. Now, just going back to this quickly, GBP CAD, you can see this absolute amazing signal. So I was ready to enter. I saw this, I thought to myself, oh my God, look at that, full engulfing. We had that little candle at the top, which was it's almost like a doji. We had both sellers and buyers kind of coming together, butting heads, you know, tag of war, pulling. And that closed small. Now the next candle engulfed both of them. And that to me screamed that, hey, we're done with this. We now won, we're going down. And guess what? Nothing happened. It's just staying there, consolidating. But in a way, I'm happy that happened, and I kind of wish that we're gonna see this kind of consolidation happening tonight and tomorrow morning, and not do much, because if it's gonna push now, it's Friday night. I would never take a trade on Friday night. You know, entering a trade for the weekend, like to hold it on the weekend, can be such a gamble, because I've seen it now, and we're going to talk about it Monday. Every single Monday morning here in New Zealand, when the markets open, every single candle that's starting, it doesn't go up or down like you normally see. You know, like this one is going now, which is pretty good movement. It just goes like, almost like a liquidity sweep. It just goes like this. You can see it with your eyes, and it pulls back, and then it pushes up again, It gets to a point, and then it's gonna suck all the way down back to a tiny candle, and that forms what I call a liquidity sweep. Now, if I'm looking at this one right here, this long as wick, that's exactly what happened. So the market last week, forget about that. I was actually wrong. This is still Monday, but it was at 1 o'clock. So Sunday, Friday, Sunday. Okay, so this actually is the only one that came for this particular one. So I take that back. What's this one? Tuesday. Sorry, I can't see because of the camera. Monday 25th. This is a small one. Yeah, okay. Well, not all the pairs, okay, but most of the pairs, they have this ginormous push, and then it just goes back, and it looks like this. Looks literally like this, you know, comes all the way down, and then it just sucks itself back up. And putting a trade now will expose me to that. If that's happening the wrong way, I'll just get wicked out and I lose $100, and that's not good. So yeah, we'll just wait. I mean, look at this candle. It literally, just as I'm talking to you guys, it went up to the top of the wick and down now. It's moving a little bit, but what's the time? England is on now. It's 8 o'clock at night. Oh. So yeah, Tokyo is on, London is on, and Frankfurt is on. London just opened about an hour now. So we have 4 hours to New York session, and a lot can happen in New York session, and I'm not worried. But if this does have a push tonight and tomorrow, that means we may have lost the opportunity of putting a trade in. Now, can I wake up for this one? I could, yes. Do I believe it's gonna do anything? Yes, but do I want to enter the trade on Friday night? No. So it's no point staying awake just to not enter the trade. If it moves, it moves, and that's it. It just moves without us. It's too risky to enter. All right, and last one on our possible entries, Euro AUD. Euro AUD, we haven't marked it. It just, we obviously missed it. We missed this. Let me just look at this. The entry signal would have been this engulfing. Clearly we see it now because he has done it, but when this happened, would I actually believe that it's going to do that? No, I wouldn't. But it is ranging, so weekly is so tiny, daily is almost as tiny, 4 hour is tiny. I'm talking about the leg. This is almost, this whole bunch here, everything you see on the screen is just a consolidation. So the only way for me to understand what's going to happen here is to actually step away from the picture. Just go to monthly even. Go to monthly and have a look at monthly and realize what's happening. And holy shit, I'm glad that I did that. Because if you're looking at this, look at this ginormous consolidation. Ginormous consolidation here for months. So if I'm to count them, well, I actually don't need to count them, I just measure. So yeah, this tool here tell you how many bars. So this is 20 bars, so that's 20 months. 20 months. 609 days of consolidation. This is monthly, right? But man, look at this. We are at that level now. Wow, okay. Interesting, isn't it? Interesting. So I think we will be witnessing a reversal. Okay, so that means we need to start looking for signals. Oh man. So we need to start looking for signals for buys. Now, yes, my lovely market indicator, the structure indicator is very tiny because it's picking up the leg that's live. But there's a but. This whole leg had been formed from so many, this is actually daily, but from many low lows and low highs. It's gotten to here. So the market itself, we don't have one full leg. Maybe weekly does. Even weekly did have this massive leg here, but then we broke below. We created a new lower low and a new lower high at this point, and now because we have these bloody blue dojis, we basically broke the leg. So my little indicator sees it as a new leg. So that bearish, it is bearish, but honestly, the next one to it, that weekly, wow, this is actually amazing. That's a weekly engulfing. If that closes engulfing for like tomorrow, I think we're looking at a big, well, I shouldn't say that, because it can come up and then down, but this would be a very good, very kind of short trade to go bullish. And this already Monday, it will 100% be bullish unless this sucks itself down until tomorrow, which I highly doubt it. But this, even this here, it's gonna turn bullish. Now everything is bullish already at a lower time frame. Everything you can see here on my beautiful indicator, all of the candle color is blue, and I've just marked them with buy, just for clarity in my mind. You know, if I see the candles are blue, I may have a, I don't know, a mind gap, and I wouldn't remember. But of course, if everything says here buy, means that the confluence is, you know, stronger to buy than it is to sell. Also, the EMA saying buy. So what that means is we are above the EMA, but what doesn't pick up how close to the EMA we are. Because ideally for me would be to sell at the EMA but below the EMA, as in a rejection from the EMA, or buy, same thing, rejection from the EMA. But this thing can't pick it up. Like if you're looking at this right now, and I'm pointing with my finger, if you're looking at this right now, it says it's a buy. I mean, we are below the EMA, which indicates a sell. Sorry, but I know for a fact that this would be a buy, because we need to get to the EMA in order to be able to put a sell. So that's just what it is. But man, that's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade. I'm gonna keep an eye on this. Because it's beautiful. I just want to check this. See, monthly is bearish. That's the other thing. That's the next step. Because this has had a much lower low, and then it had the push, consolidated, push up, came back down. Now the question is this gonna come back up and then consolidate like it did here for months and years, or push? We'll see. That's the whole point of this. We'll see. But I know if this closes engulfing, the chances are much greater to actually see a pullback. Even if this is bearish, we will see a pullback, just like we did here. The only difference is we can see the red candles have run out of juice. They like so small, and that visually tells me, hey, there's not enough power from the sellers to take this further, and now the buyers are in control because we are engulfing again. So the way I read it is like, hey, I think we might be seeing a pullback. So if the pullback happens to be in a bullish trend, absolutely amazing. If not, I guess amazing too, but we may not be trading. Yeah, so that was our possible entries. I believe the watch list was just about the same. What we have extra. Extra is AUD USD. What's AUD USD? AUD USD for hourly. Why did I bring this here? Okay, so I bring this here. AUD USD. AUD NZD. Okay. Oh, okay. So this NZD USD is the same. It's the same with AUD USD. Oh my God, it's actually a copy. No way, NZD. Oh, kinda copying AUD. Anyway, so yeah, same thing happened with this. I just marked it. And I just kept an eye. Hey, what is this gonna go? Because it had this ginormous engulfing, and just like before, that blue one was so small. So the wicks were also short. So I read it as is not a lot of buyers available, not available, but they're not winning. It's more sellers, right? And that's what happened here. You got this engulfing, and then the next one and next one, kind of all of them the same, and then we can see this big push. big push from the buyers, and then we obviously they lost, and then the trade would have pushed a lot further down. Now I'm looking at this. Imagine if I did enter and watching it, because when I enter I have the bad habit of just, you know, keep checking every 15, half an hour. Imagine seeing this being, you know, all engulfing red, bearish, I mean, and then you see this was blue, and you see the blue going to here, and you go like, oh my god, my $100 is gonna go, oh, you know what, screw this. And you just let the market happen. You just go take a nap, right? And then you come in the morning, you don't even want to check, you go like, nah, that's, you know, shit, I don't want to look at it. And you enter with $100, and then you come home the next day and you have a look at it, and it happens that when you're actually looking at it, you're at the bottom of this area of interest, the market, this is all red all the way down there, and you go like, oh my god, you know, from your $100 loss, you'd be up $260, and that would be beautiful. Apparently, there's a story about this on the internet. You're probably watching Alex Gonzalez. He said that's how he came up with sit and forget, because he literally went in the trade and he was doing what I'm doing. You know, probably be conservative with the stop loss and the take profit. You know, 1-to-1 or close buy, and this time he fell asleep, and then he woke up to like 4 times more than he expected, and he realized, shit, I'm cutting my profit short. So hopefully one day I'm going to be there, because the bottom line is reading the signals correctly is what's going to give you that opportunity. But anyhow, for now, we are in a very good place with this trade. We are at the bottom of weekly, daily, and 4-hourly. So I'm expecting to see movement from here, and it's good. It's good to see them all sitting at the bottom or at the top rather than in the center. And if this would be a ranging market, I would definitely expect for this to go back up. But we don't know. We don't know what it is, because looking at daily, that's what I usually look at when I want to understand what's happening. It's pretty clear to me that it's not quite ranging. It's not quite ranging, but what it does, I can see from March, it had a bullish push, a big bullish movement all the way up, and then it just equalized. Like the way I look at this, and I might be wrong, but I guess time will teach me this. No, thank you. So I'm looking at these candles, and I call them expansion candles, because they're so long comparing to anything else, and they almost like effortless. They just happen there. And then we can see, you know, in between the wicks, there's gaps. Between that, so that's expansion to me. And same from here to here, big expansion. And even this one came all the way down, but it didn't, it was just a wick. It didn't actually stay as a candle. And I still see that this created imbalance in the market. So the way I look at it, when you're having imbalance, even though the market has continued making a high and high low push, at some point we're gonna see that expansion finally balanced out. And the only way to see that is looking at the EMA, because in theory you would see this come all the way back down on a horizontal line, I mean, to this. But because obviously I'm using the EMA, I think it's at 200, that would be the balance point. So see, it came down all the way to it. And I often see the market stay around the EMA when he's doing the gibberish move, and right now that's what I'm seeing here. It's just consolidating, like going forever. And I can actually see this thing here since May. So this is just last week I think. And last week I've marked it here to do that, but it just didn't. It actually did, I guess. We came all the way here, and then it didn't have an engulfing signal, which makes sense because it didn't really push. It just like sitting there. Yeah, but what do I think is going to happen based on daily? it does seem that can do either bullish or bearish. Based on the market, it's bearish, so we should really be looking for a breaking and retesting, continuation on bearish, and that may well happen. But the good news is nobody's forcing us to take a trade, so we can wait and see. And this area of interest is very respected. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 touches. So what that tells me, there's more likely that we're gonna see a push up rather than to the bottom. I do not know why, but if it is to go down to the bottom, it will never go straight line. I mean, never say never. It would have a pullback, so it will give us a chance to enter this trade. It will actually go down through and then go back, reject the EMA, and then go on its way for a sell. But based on the location of it now, it makes more sense to actually go bullish. But anyway, looking at all these candles from the lower time frame, they're all blue. Also at the 15 minutes, the trend has changed to bullish. So you would usually see it when the trend changes. You will see it here: bullish, 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 and then 4 hour bullish, daily bullish, weekly bullish. But that's a ginormous push. I don't really see it. Even maybe this one here may be making everything bullish. And just out of curiosity, let's see, is everything bullish? I mean, look at that. Look at that. Let me just play one more bar. I think this bar is gonna change the lower time frame. Oh, no, there you go. I did, yeah. So we already missed it. You can see it's already changed. The 4 hourly. 4 hourly is already red, so it's probably a couple of candles back. Yeah, all of the lower time frame has already changed because of this. But that's the interesting thing, isn't it? If we're going back to daily, let's just select and cut it about. Hey, okay, here, cut it here. You see, everything is blue. So everything is indicating that, hey, you know, buy. You can buy. And I'm guessing even if I go back more to probably about this point here, oh, maybe not. But even here you can actually see how much the market is trending on a bullish way, because everything is blue. So it kind of gets my head looking at that and understanding, oh yeah, market is moving good or not. If you see blue and red, that means we're doing a lot of, you know, high highs and high lows. But anyway, let's finish this. Leave. Yeah, I think that's it. And let's just have a look at our A listing. A listing stands for Alex's listing. You know Alex, I'm sure you do. So that's what he's been looking at, which we're also looking at that. AUD Oh, that's daily. Let's see 4 hourly. All right. Wow, look at this. That would have waked me up. Well, I'm actually in this one, in this trade. I am in this trade with my $5 million account. That sounds good, doesn't it? $5 million. Hopefully one day. So AUD CHF, I'm minus 59,000 now. So imagine that. Pretty much where you see this this green, this I don't even know what it's called. What is the position? I guess position market, whatever. So that's what I entered, maybe a little bit lower. So 05104, 056104, 056104, 56104. Oh my god! Oh my god! That's what I entered. Oh no! Oh no! I cannot believe I was almost at zero just before I started this video. Anyway, I wanted to exit that because I don't think it's gonna stop stressing me out. But anyway, yeah, not much to see here. It is sitting at the top of weekly and daily and 4 hourly, but so as it did quite a while back. So it's all consolidating. One of those stupid things. It just consolidates forever. It's building this, I don't know, like a bullish move. Oh my god, I remember this one. When I started, I can see this one. And I was like, what the heck is this? And you can see the trades that I tried to take. Oh my god, look at this one. Perfect trade. Oh my god. 4 hourly. Oops. Oh, look at that. Oh, okay. Hey, that wasn't a bad trade. Apart from the fact that I missed everything. And I got wicked out. And then just come back up into take profit. Anyway, interesting. I just saw that and I thought it's funny. But yeah, it's been doing that for such a long time. I remember this trade. Anyway, that's that. So I'm not really doing much with it. NZD CAD is ours. We talked about it. CAD JPY. CAD JPY is rejecting this area of interest and retesting. So I don't know. It's engulfing. It does kind of. Oops, sorry. It does kind of scream that hey, we might be finally on the way, being at the bottom of weekly as well. We might be seeing this finally do this. Actually, this is since May 26th of May, just after my birthday, and it hasn't done it. You can see how it's come down, rejecting and retesting. It only did a retest here, but then it didn't really have a push. It was no engulfing, and now finally came back down again, and it's doing this. Hopefully, we'll just see. We'll see. AUD USD. I don't know. It's exactly the same. Not much to see. Bearish, bearish, bearish. Quickly daily. Yeah, we looked at this actually. We'll look at AUD USD. I'm just curious. AUD USD. No, it's something similar. AUD CAD. Yeah, AUD CAD is exactly the same. AUD USD. Yeah, so this one here, not much happening. Looks like it's just gonna do another push up, which is very small push, but it is possible to do that. So I'm not really gonna do much with that. NZD USD, we already looked at this. And USD CAD. USD CAD. We don't have this in all these, do we? USD CAD. USDJPY. Now we don't have it. Okay, so USD CAD. Now this already broke above this trend line, which means this trend line is bye-bye, not good. So it's actually ranging. Hey, this is beautiful. If daily, oh wow, okay. I even had this marker here. Even with this, I could have actually entered. So right now we're rejecting at a daily with the full engulfing, but it's not closed. Let's see what 4 hour looks like. See, I look at this and I would call this a fake out. Am I right or wrong in saying that? But in theory, if this happens, I can put my trade right there. And right there. And right now the price has just passed the point that I would have normally entered, which means I missed all of that stupid pullback. Which is not stupid, but it's just normal market breeding. But yeah, that would have been a good signal. The only thing is, again, is counter trend. Everything is bullish and you're putting a sell. So straight away, it's screaming to me risky. Hey, this is a risky move. But it may still have a good push to give us that 1 to 0.5. But look, I'm just gonna mark it for now and we'll leave it. But yeah, anyway, this is the end of it. Hopefully it didn't take too long. Shit, it's back to 1 hour. I'm sorry guys, it took longer. I was hoping it's gonna be less. But just quickly going back to the trades that we entered, just to do a recap. So we enter USDJPY quickly and just have a look what we've done wrong. I entered basically right here. And the reason I entered was because when I entered, this candle was, yeah, this candle closed this candle closed, I entered here, I entered right here, and this bullish candle was actually red, was coming down. So it was not obviously that long, but it was coming down a little bit. So I decided that this was the signal of the reversal, and I entered. So now looking at it, clearly wasn't. And what that kind of highlights to me is that even though we are above weekly current leg, that would just form the weekly wick. Now daily, we are at daily high currently, but probably before that happened, we were still at like a lower daily. But clearly wants to go a little bit higher before it will do one of the two. So have I learned anything? Yes, the fact that having a doji and a small engulfing means nothing. Again, having it in the wrong location means nothing. Having that in the right place, it may mean something. But for now, that's all it tells me. Nothing fancy. And the other one that I entered was AUD CAD. Let's have a look at that. AUD CAD. So I entered AUD CAD. I entered at 99275. 99275, about there. Okay, and I have put a sell. Okay, never mind. So I had a sell at that point. I see. I actually don't know exactly where I entered. Because this was on the 3rd and today is the 5th. So the 3rd, okay, what? Apparently, oh, and sorry, they were the 3rd. Okay, Wednesday the 3rd. All right, basically that's it. I entered just here after this engulfing, the second engulfing, well, not the second, but the first engulfing. I entered there and I exited at 99070. 99070. Here. Okay, so basically one to one just about. So that's how I made $75. 73, sorry. But yeah, clearly if I was holding, I would have not been wicked out. But if I was holding and watching, I could have been as low as here. But the thing is, when it kind of gets there, you would think, oh yeah, that's it, it's going down, it's going to go further. And next minute, it's going to suck itself back up. I mean, the lesson would be if it's at the EMA, probably not going to have a continuation if it's not a good reversal pattern, like have a head and shoulders or something, rather than just an engulfing randomly at the top. But yeah, those are my trades and those are the lessons. Those are the lessons for this week. I would say that I've learned, even though the signal seems to be there, it doesn't mean it is. So I need to pay extra attention. 2, I need to keep marking the previous previous active leg of the candle that broke that box could potentially be part of my signal and make my entry a little bit better. What else I learned? I learned that the markets are a bit chaotic, I think is the word. Like they're doing unusual things, let's say. But for the market, you know, it's people reacting to news, people reacting to people, basically. So it is possible that's what we're seeing, and I'll just keep pushing. But anyway, for now, thank you very much for watching. If you're having a tough time, you know, getting into trading, you're not alone. I'm honestly having my second thoughts. I'm thinking, is this the right thing? Am I wasting time doing something that's never gonna really sprue into something bigger? Maybe, but look, at the end of the day, I could be watching a movie and doing nothing, but at least I'm putting my time into this, kind of journaling this online for everybody else to see. I swear to God, I wish that I could find a channel that's doing exactly what I'm doing. Then I can actually see how long it took, and probably just like yourself, you would want to skip to the good part straight away to the end when he's successful, and then you will go back and start seeing when he started getting better. So my thinking is that as I'm getting through the milestones, eventually I'm gonna start making money. So what I'm hoping to see is that the end of the week, maybe that's what I should do. Just put that's actually what I'm going to do to close this week. I'm going to have a like a sum, like a net worth for my trading account. So right now, I would say this week's return is going to be a big fat zero, because obviously all of the demo count nothing, and I'll have the overall sum. Or maybe, I don't know. Anyway, that's something for me to think about. But I think if I can put that on the title, what people is going to do is they're going to see, okay, not week, but update 10, which would be week 10. We're having, say, maybe 1,000. Update 20, maybe we're going to have 500,000. And so on, so people will be able to actually see, okay, so this is roughly where they started being consistent and making, developing a good edge. But anyway, too much talking. I like to talk. You guys have a lovely evening, and I'll catch you Monday with another video, market analysis, looking at the next week and see what it has in store for us and whether we can take a trade. Unfortunately, this week, 0 trades, 0 income, 0 extra money, just free lessons. Anyway, you have a lovely evening and stay safe, and don't stop trading. You will make it, I promise.